This is Talk Business and Politics with Roby Brock.
And welcome to the program. I'm Roby Brock. We are glad to have you with us. In late January, 21 GOP female members of the Arkansas legislature got together and formed the Arkansas Republican Women's Legislative Caucus. I have two of those members with me here today. State Senator Breanne Davis of Russellville, State Senator Jane English of North Little Rock. Thank you both for being here.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Whose brainchild was this? I want to know where this plan was hatched to form this Republican Women's Caucus. Was it breakfast, lunch, dinner, happy hour, in the cloakroom, up at the state capitol? Where did this come from? Who was the originator of this?
I think there were probably several of us. I think we were all at the same place at the same time, and it just so happened that it all collided. And we just started meeting together and saying, you know, what initiatives can we tackle that'll be good for all of Arkansas, that we would like to see a group of legislators take leadership of and get behind, that everyone can come along and be supportive of.
Yeah, y'all are dangerous. That's all I got to say.
We are dangerous.
I know. Some of those bills that you are talking about would advance more child care entrepreneurs, reorganization of the Youth Service, our Youth Justice Reform Board, which guides some juvenile justice policy here, and advanced school level reading is one you're taking the lead on. Tell me a little bit about why that is of particular interest to you.
The science of reading, we've had people for so many years who have worked hard to try and get that system to change. To more science of reading, because we've had for years kids who obviously weren't learning how to read. We have a whole generation of folks, and we figured out, or research has figured out, that there's a better way to do the teaching. And so both dyslexia and just all of our kids out there. So the science of reading is critically important. The Department of Education has done a number of things over the last few years, RISE reading and different programs, but this really is to put the focus on making sure that the education is taking place at the colleges, and also with professional development and the plan in the schools.
All right, Breanne, one of your bills is to deal with municipal broadband. We have a problem in Arkansas that some would say there's not enough broadband access in a lot of areas of the state. Tell me what the bill that you're carrying would do.
The bill, well, what we know right now, the facts are that we are one of 5 states that have the most restrictive laws in the nation in regards to access to broadband. About 40% of Arkansans don't have access to broadband as defined by the FCC. So we decided to change that. And to be honest, there's been several legislators over the past few years that have been looking at this issue and a way to tackle it. And so our bill simply lifts the ban on cities and counties being able to either partner in a public-private partnership or go out on their own when no one will partner with them and apply for some of these grants that are available through the federal government.
What's the restriction that you're talking about, that they've been restricted? What is the restriction?
It just says that no state entity can get involved in this business. And by state entity, I mean, it's defined in a lot of ways, but includes cities and counties.
Okay. I think one of the other bigger bills that has gained a lot of attention is UAMS is seeking National Cancer Institute designation status. There's some big economic development reasons as well as health reasons for that. Jane, I'll let you.
It's really critically important. We send an awful lot of our folks go to MD Anderson, into Minneapolis, and some of these places around the United States simply because we do not have that designation. But it means more research dollars. It means a whole lot of new jobs for UAMS if we are able to get that designation.
It also means that UAMS or the state in some combination has to come up with somewhere around $10 to $20 million a year. Where's the money going to come from for $10 to $20 million?
We're working on that.
Well, we're working on that. Where are you working to find that money?
I think there are a number of people that are out there looking, and it has to be matched too by the private sector or philanthropy. It can't be, we're looking at about $30 million. So we're hopefully that the state will be able to come up with somewhere near $10 million, and then it would be matched by the private sector.
$10 million-ish a year. I mean, this is not a one-time injection. Right. So maybe tobacco tax on e-cigarettes and vaping? Is that a viable option?
Could
one
be.
Being considered?
Could be.
Maybe taxing some medical marijuana at the retail
Could
level?
be.
Is that a, chime in
I
if
think
I'm hitting the
anything's-
nail on the head
I
here.
think
Yeah, I think those
anything's
are
on the
possible.
table.
Yeah.
So we just have to look at all the possibilities and those are some things we have talked about.
Yeah. What else have we not talked about that might be some places where some $10 million might be found in some couch cushions?
I think there are folks who know where all those little pockets are. Breanne and I probably don't know where they are, but some people
Is there
do.
anything else big policy-wise that's been talked about in terms of where that money may come from?
To what Senator English said, I mean, there are, we're talking to the people who know where maybe some of those pockets of money are, and we're just trying to come up with the best way to do it.
Okay. One of the questions I wanted to get you on the record about is, are we going to have a casino in Russellville? This is another piece of legislation you've been working on, separate from the Women's Caucus.
You know, I don't know. There's obviously restrictions and a process laid out in Amendment 100, and the people of Pope County voted 60% against having a casino in Pope County. I know that doesn't matter county by county. The state as a whole voted for it.
Right.
But the thing is that it's in the hands of the county judge or the quorum court. And I'm not elected to either of those positions. And so right now, as it stands, those officials have said, at least the county judge has said he won't write a letter of support. And I think that's where it stands for the next 4 years at least.
You're for the will of the people of Pope County residents where you live.
Yes.
Where would you rather go to a casino, Jane? In Russellville, Pine Bluff, Hot Springs, or West Memphis?
Probably Hot Springs, since there's already one there.
It's good you don't have one in your district, or that would have been the layup answer for us right there.
Yeah, but Hot Springs, I think they're prepared for it, and West Memphis is prepared for it. So those are two pretty logical places.
Last question for you both. Just how are you feeling about the pace of the session? You're a freshman in terms of sessions. You're a veteran in terms of sessions. It's her first. It's your second. So is this pace of this session, is it moving like you thought it would?
It seems to me like it's a little slow, and I don't know why. And we keep thinking it's going to pick up. Everybody's got bills and things to do, but it doesn't seem to be as fast paced as I think once the governor's tax package gets through and the transition bills start flowing through and there's more discussion, I think things will pick
Still
up.
got a little hurdle in the House, the governor's tax
Yes.
cut plan. We got Joe Jett in the next block. We'll talk to him about that. What about you? How do you feel about the pace?
Yeah, I've liked it so far. I mean, there's some bigger issues that I've chosen to take on this session, and so that's kept me busy, certainly. And today I actually just passed my second bill off the Senate floor and to send over to the House, and so I'm excited about that.
All right. One of the
Doing a
things
great
I'm
job.
most excited about there being a women's Republican caucus, you could even drop the Republican and women's caucus, is women get things done when you put them in charge, has been my experience. And so we would be out of here in 60 days and have everything done if you guys were running the whole show. So please put yourself in some leadership positions to do that in the future, will you?
Yes.
So, you know, I don't think you have to be designated as, and I think that's what's happened with this, is people have come to the forefront and are becoming those leaders. So, and it takes a lot of people to make things happen.
More power to you, please.
Well, and to be honest, our Senate leadership, I know, has been extremely supportive of this effort and have didn't blink an eye, got behind us 100%, and it's been full steam ahead since then.
All right. Good to have you both with
Very
us.
nice.
Thank
Senator
you.
Davis, Senator English, thank you
Thank you
much.
very much.
All right.
Thank you.
We're back with more right after this. Senator Keith Ingram, House Revenue and Tax Chairman Joe Jett when we come back.